Going on, guys? Welcome back to another Sunday watch list. This week we do have FOMC on Wednesday, so that's going to be one of like the bigger things to watch out for. I used to trade it back in the day, but now it's like, it's kind of high risk now. It has to look really, really good for me to trade it. So overall, just be risk off on that day. Typically, the morning is slow. Leading up into it, it's going to be like at 11 a.m. when he speaks. And they're saying they're going to cut rates. Sometimes the market already prices in the reaction to what's going to happen. So we have to see how the market's going to react to this. So yeah, that day's going to be risk off. And sometimes the day before FOMC can be slow. So don't be surprised if Tuesday or Monday is a little bit slow too. So a little bit risk off. Thursday and Friday will be the days where I look for setups after the noise. And then jobless claims on Thursday, and then Friday nothing major. So that's the economic data. Let's get right into the charts. As far as SPY and QQ, clear as day, we're still on an uptrend. We're strong. Like look at this weekly chart. This is a very, very strong uptrend, but we're at all-time highs. So it makes it a little bit trickier. I want to focus on names with relative strength or weakness so that I don't get caught up trying to chase these highs. And there's just I want to be trading off respected levels, and when you're at all-time highs, these are brand new levels, so you got to give it some time for them to really be respected. So, but a level I will be watching on SPY is going to be the 652 down to the 650. If we can get a break and hold under this, then I could see a sell-off down to 647 and 643. That's if things go south. That's if things get weak, right? As of now, we're still on the uptrend. We're still holding higher highs, higher lows. An area for a bounce could potentially be this area, like this 654 area. Let's see how that area holds up overall. This 650, yeah, pretty much Friday's lows around this area. Definitely watch that, and then Friday's highs. For upside, this is not gonna be my favorite setup, by the way. I don't even think I'm gonna trade SPY QQ. Right now, we're gonna get into the individual names that I really, really do like, but it's still important to do these to kind of have sentiment. I think we get a little pullback and then we start holding. So I'm trying to find that area where we can hold to look for a higher low and see if we can continue to follow that uptrend. That's going to be SPY. QQQ, pretty similar, very strong uptrend. We just broke all-time highs at 583.3. We retested that on Friday. Let's take a look at it, right? We retested, we held that. As long as we're still above this area, pretty bullish overall. Watch Friday's high also at the 588, and then 585. So overall, just trying to look for higher lows on SPY and QQ, see where we could bounce. For reversal to downside, under 583 gets you to 580s. Under 583 gets you to 580s, 581s. So decent setups. Not my favorite, but it's important to kind of have that sentiment of the overall market. Going into some of my favorite actual setups, Microsoft actually looks primed for a breakout. Microsoft's been on a downtrend, and you can see this day on Friday, September 5th, had a sell-off from 511 to 492. And for the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, it has been inside of that candle, right? It's been inside of that candle, and we are about to get above that candle. So these are just inside bars. How do you trade inside bars? You just wait for the top or the bottom to break, depending on where it goes, right? So the high and low of that candle is there and there. And we're about to take out that high, which is also Friday, August 22nd high, Thursday, August 28th high, and then this high. We're about to take that out. If it does take it out, it probably has room to like 515, 516. So I would need to see a clean break and hold above that. That'd be one of the watches I have. One of my favorite watches is AMD. I'm looking for this reversal. So technically, AMD has been on a downtrend where it has a lower high, lower high, lower high, and then this most recent lower high. So we tried getting above it, that lower high on Wednesday, September 10th, but we haven't been able to get above it. But take a look at this level right here. Take a look at 150. Every time we get to 150, what happens? Look what happened back here on July 22nd. This thing just flew. The buyers are very strong down here. And what happened here on September 8th? This thing just flew straight to 164. So right now, the big question is, do we get under 150 or do we get above 164? I'm starting to see some signs of reversal. If we do fail to make a lower low and we make a higher low, The thing is, on the daily chart, we have an inside bar also. So how can I potentially trade this? I'm gonna grab Thursday's low and I'm gonna grab Thursday's high, which is also Friday's low and Friday's high, see? So these we're ranging in between 160 and 155. This is gonna kind of help me get sentiment. If we get above the 160s, I'm confident in going into 165s and 170s. That is gonna be one of my favorite setups for this week because that will be the signs of reversal to the upside that I'm looking for. Almost looks like an inverse head and shoulders also. Yeah, like this left head, and can this be the right shoulder, right? So that's kind of what I'm looking for right now. Honestly, do we get a clean break and hold, and do we start pushing higher, or does this downtrend really just get respected, you know? That's the downtrend right there. We get above that, I like AMD for longs. Next up, we got Nvidia. Nvidia's flagging out here, but on the daily, there's a little gap fill here, under 175 down to 172. I think it could potentially go and fill that. Overall, it is flagging. So as long as it holds 175, we can push back to highs. So there's like a little flag, and we are in the zone here that holds up. So as long as it stays above this and it holds it, you could look for longs back into 180s, 182s. If it gets under that, the gap fill down to 172 could play out also. So something to keep an eye on, on the daily chart, it's almost like an inside bar also, inside of the previous candle. So yeah, let's just keep an eye on that. Okay, so that's gonna be AMD, Nvidia, and then we did Microsoft. Apple has the event on, oh no, sorry. Apple's iPhone releases on the 17th, if I'm not mistaken. And then we held a key level of demand on Apple, 225, 225, 220. Every time we hold that. This right here is a big resistance, but look at the way we came up into it. I don't want to short something if it came up this strong to resistance, right? It's like walking in front of a moving train. So yes, it's a resistance. I know people were saying, oh, it looks like a head and shoulders, like left head, potential right. The thing is, that's true. It could be that, but not the way that it came up. I would need to see some signs of weakness for me to try to short that. So the scenario here would be if it breaks and holds above this resistance at 235, it would probably send us back into the 240s. That demand zone just holds very well. This is a higher low on August 11th. It held on August 21st, held on August 26th, September 2nd, and back on September 10th. So came up a lot of strength on Friday, one of those stronger names. Oh, one of my favorite setups though is PLTR. So if I were to put them in order, I'm gonna say PLTR, AMD, and what was the other one that we just did? Anyway, so far it's PLTR, AMD, and then oh yeah, Microsoft. And then we'll do Tesla right now. So those are gonna be like my top four. SPY and Qs, I'm just gonna watch them, but yeah. So PLTR here, we have reversed back to the upside, and now we are forming higher lows and higher highs. As long as PLTR keeps holding higher lows and higher highs, then I'm gonna just follow the uptrend. So essentially we broke 164, retested it, and that's now a higher low, right? So 164 would be, I'm not interested in downside unless it gets under 164. Can it pull back? Yeah, that's normal. It's pullbacks are normal. Doesn't mean that it's on a downtrend. I want to follow this trend. Reversal to the downside would be under 164. Okay, so I'm gonna look for a bounce area here at 168. It was Friday's high, and I think we could retest that and hold it. And if we do, I'm gonna take it back to 172s, and my main target is gonna be 178s. I like this 172 area. It is a big support from here, resistance here, and that was resistance from Friday. If we can get a clean break and hold above that, I'll be targeting 176, 178. So this is one of my favorite setups for sure. So last but not least, Tesla. Okay, this thing was insane. We caught this breakout. When something consolidates for this long, guys, expect something like this, especially on a name like Tesla. When Tesla breaks out, Tesla breaks out. So that was like that move. We've been holding under this level since May, but we've been forming higher lows into it. So when we got that breakout, it was this aggressive. So I kind of already caught my piece on it. There's a little gap fill to 401. I mean, something like this, I wouldn't want to chase. I would want it to pull back, flag out first or something, let it retest the level, and then I'll go long on it again. So instead of just buying calls up here, can it just keep going? Yeah, I mean, it's strong, but it's just a little bit more higher risk at that point. I'd want to pull back. I'd want some type of flag, let it start holding so I can manage my risk better and then go for the next move up, right? Where that could potentially happen, I mean, it's far. I don't know if it gets back to 372 right away, but that would kind of be like the bounce area down here, around here. Um, yeah, it's a little tough. Maybe like 380s. 380s, 380s, we could look for a potential pullback bounce. So I'm just trying to find an area like, yo, where could this pull back? But it looks like this thing could just keep flying based off that volume and everything. Next major target's like 419. I mean, psychological 400. Keep an eye on psychological level of 400. If it tries to break and hold that, yeah, this thing could just go to like 415, 420. So definitely a name with strength. Definitely the type of things you want to focus on as a trader instead of trying to trade like at all-time highs or something or like something that's just super slow. You want names that are moving. But other than that, guys, that's gonna be the Sunday watch list. I don't want to make this video too long, so I hope you guys all have a great trading week. Trade safe, and if you want to watch me trade every single day, I'm gonna put a discount code LEX24 in the description. So thank you guys for watching. You guys have a great day.